And it's becoming a regular feature of the AZZIE yard, quality as opposed to quantity, and that certainly is the case at the Vaal on Thursday. You've got two high quality runners in terms of their form. White Fang first of all.
Yeah, look, it's always nice to look at your horse's form and or their profile, I should say, and see that they're very consistent. You feel like you're placing them right and obviously managing to keep them in a good vein of form consistently. And it's not always easy with an athlete that you can't speak to.
And things didn't necessarily map out as well as they could have for White Fang last time out.
Yeah, I would agree with you entirely there. You know, he's a horse that likes to have it a bit of his own way in front, and if he doesn't, the pace really needs to be genuine. But he had Imperial Ruby, who gave him quite a hard time to decide who was going to take the lead.
He's trying to get to the lead, but there's also another front run in the race, and that's Imperial Ruby. So these two going hammer and tong in the first part of the race. Razor Hallelujah just in behind the blue jacket. Then comes Captain Chorus, got the orange jacket in fourth, only 4 lengths off them. Out of your league, Zeus and Marching On Together has been dropped out for a run, and that's got about 7 lengths to make up.
And he managed to hang on for third, and the other horse landed up running last. So you got to take that into consideration. I still think he ran a good race.
And yes, Zeus gone 2 lanes clear. Make that 3 lanes. Marching On Together. Marching On Together and Zeus. Zeus marching on together. Marching On Together at Zeus. Zeus and Marching On Together. Zeus in front. Marching On Together. Marching On Together and Zeus very close.
He didn't travel early on as well as we would have liked, so we are considering putting the blinkers on him. We have had them on him in work. We'll make that decision on race day whether we think it's the right move or not. I do think that he can be competitive in this field. Obviously there's Arlington Action in the field, who's a very consistent type, and you know, he seems like a horse that just keeps to be holding his form, so he's probably the horse to beat, but I think White Fang will give another gutsy performance.
Yeah, I was having a look at the turnaround in weights, and I would like to think that there's probably more upside to your horse without in any way being negative towards Arlington Action.
Yeah, look, I think the weight turnaround's definitely in our favour. You know, considering the last 2 times we've met, it's been a marginal defeat for us. So that's definitely in our favour. Having said that, he's a horse that's on the up. So how far up he's going to go, who knows? You know, only time will tell. But White Fang's in a good space.
Rose for Trippy, the form doesn't get much better than that. Very, very good win last time out. In the penultimate start, there were 3 direct winners from that form line. So that's just about as good as it gets.
Yeah, look, I think sometimes with a horse like her, you know, we tend to really complain about the handicappers. And I did manage to speak to Lennon about this filly post-race, because she's been handicapped for consistency. You know, for her 2 seconds and then a win, she's got quite a large amount of penalty for those 3 runs. Having said that, on the discussion with him, I must give him credit. You know, sometimes we selfishly look at it and we say that you've completely handicapped our horse out the system. How can they be competitive? And he said something to me which I thought made a lot of sense. He said, "What is competitive in your mind? Is it to continually win?" Because in his mind that's dominant, you know. And you know, I got to give him credit. It was a fair comment. So I do think that she's gone up a lot, and it would make it tougher for us. She's in a very good vein at the moment, and her work's exceptional. If she had to run in the first 3 with the type of penalty she's got, then she's running consistently and she's competitive, so I can't complain with that. If she ran further back, the handicapper would have to look at it and say, now have we taken competitive and dominant completely out the picture, and is she completely uncompetitive? Because then that's not fair. So we'll see exactly how she runs, but I'm happy with the space that she's in.